Hi everyone, Jenna Kramer here, and I wanted to do a quick screencast to show you Newsela. And some people call it Newsela, but I just call it Newsela. So I wanted to start off and tell you that this is an excellent resource for distance learning. However, full disclosure, if you have texts that work well for your students and you're just needing help with getting them online, I can help you with that. However, if you don't and you're looking to update some of the text that you're using, this is a great resource for you, and we will have some time to do that independently in our own homes. So I'm going to show you some of the features of Newsela, and you can determine how to use it with your students. If you need further help with Newsela or any online learning, Tyler Potter, myself, or Paula Tunn, we are all available to help you with turning some of your lessons to an online format. So please reach out to one of us if you need assistance with any of that. With that being said, I want to show you Newsela, and because of the crisis that we are in, many online platforms are giving free access to students and educators, and Newsela is one of those companies that is doing that. So if you go to newsela.com, up here you'll see a drop down that you can sign in. For free immediate access, you can click on Get Instant Access. And from here, what you'll do is you'll want to sign in with your Google school email, create a password, and then you can link your Google Classroom with Newsela. So that's a really nice feature. Or you can save Newsela articles at varying text difficulties, and you can put it into Google Classroom or make a hard copy for students depending on how you want to deliver that information. So these are some of the things that Newsela offers. They have by category up here. Some of them are content subject specific. And then once you start to save some of your own text, it will organize it all for you. Under the binder tab is where you'll find the assignments that you've given, activity feed, and then your classes that you have enrolled in Newsela. So what Newsela has done is they put together this remote teaching toolkit, and that's going to be the best place for you to start. It will walk you through step by step how to merge your Google Classroom with Newsela. It will also kind of show you some of the resources that they have available for students so that they can learn the platform of Newsela and know how to utilize it when they're at home. So if you look on the main web page, this home page, they usually have their most popular feature article up here. And then they have some of the latest news, things that have been published within the last 24 or 48 hours. And then they actually offer what are called text sets. So they have a topic, and then what you can do is, let's click on this for example. They have some resources available to you as a teacher and ideas for activities and questions that you could use in conjunction with these texts. So all four of them are about viruses and trying to answer that question, are viruses alive? So if you click on any one of them, you can see what the text will actually look like. So they have wonderful graphics, visuals, pictures with captions, a lot of different nice text features with headings. And then in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see this is where you can differentiate by changing the lexile of the article. So someone reading at a 590, if you click on that, what it will do is it will change the vocabulary that it uses. It will change the sentence structure. It will typically take complex sentences and make them into more simple sentences. So depending on where students are at, you could assign a specific level for your individual students or group of students. So if you want to differentiate, we can talk about that given your set of students that you're working with. So again, you can walk through, it will show you how to create an assignment, and it's very straightforward. You will want to look at this remote teaching toolkit, like I said, and it has some ideas on the left-hand side as far as using this in conjunction with letting students choose what text they read while they're at home during this time. There are some other instructional resources, and they have a digital community for digital classrooms as well. So they have lots of ability to help you if you come up with something that you're not understanding through Newsela. You can ask them questions and they'll answer it. But also myself, Tyler, Paula, we can probably figure it out with you. So on this teacher toolkit, it will have these step-by-step directions like I mentioned, and they have different platforms that school districts use to deliver online instruction. We are a Google school, so if you click on Google, again, here is how you would sync your already established Google classrooms with Newsela. And then you'll be able to confirm that your students are enrolled and that everything is working correctly. So for creating an assignment, this again just gives you a little background on what Newsela has to offer. So like I showed you, you can read articles at varying levels by adjusting that lexile. At the end of every text, there is a quiz, and those quizzes are supposed to be at whatever level the text is being assigned. And then the really cool feature that hopefully will be an extension of things that students have already been doing with you is having students actively read that text by highlighting and annotating. So the writing prompt and power words activities, I think it's dependent on which article you choose, but let me show you what that looks like for this What is a Virus? So if you click on this tab, there is a writing assignment for this one. So the writing prompt is, remember, what is the main science concept or process discussed in this article? Name the concept or process and explain it using 3 key details from the article. Conclude by giving an example of how this concept or process relates to your life. So again, this is more of a summary type response and having students try to make some personal connections. Now I'm just curious, that was the 590 prompt. If we go up to the 1120 prompt, the writing activity stays the same. So for this one, they are exactly the same. So that was the writing prompt. And then the quiz, there's going to be 4 questions, and it will tell you what the correct answer is. And some of those questions are main idea questions, detail questions. You can check those out dependent on which text you want to use with students. So the last thing I want to show you under the remote teaching toolkit is the resources that they've created for students. And so if you go to assignment activities, what you'll see is this is a video so that students can learn how to use Newsela and to read the articles more in depth. So you could post this on your Google Classroom as kind of an introduction to Newsela and utilizing this resource for your online learning. So that's the quick rundown of Newsela, and if you have questions, please feel free to email me, Tyler or Paula, and we can make sure that we are able to put together some really cool learning activities for students to do at home during this time. I hope all is well with you and your family, and I hope to talk to you all soon. Take care.